Hello everyone. So this is going to be the 12th video of configuring Emacs from scratch. So in this video we're going to do it a bit differently, and let's see how it goes. So first of all, some of you folks have seen that we have installing quite some packages from Melpa itself, but we can do the same for org. So org mode by itself has a lot of packages and a lot of plugins and everything, but it can be enhanced further. There is a set of packages here. It's mentioned in this contrib directory. So it has some contributed packages, and you can see that it's quite a lot. So it has many export features, some which start with OX, and some Babel feature for some of other codes and everything. So one interesting one is Tickle, and some external other things are there also. And as you can see, some of this actually gets merged with the org code itself, so sometimes that also happens. And some other things are also there, like these things. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna show you that one of the thing that is mentioned here. So this is org export task juggler.el file. So task juggler is a tj3 file extension, and if you have installed task juggler in your system, it will be able to format some of the tasks that you have in a very good HTML format. So I'll show you this by some examples. So first so this time I'm not going to write everything because it's already been written down. So what's happening here is that here I have added the package list org files and this package repo itself. So it will take orgmode.org and /alpha, and then if we do package initialize, it will have all the org packages in the package list itself. So if I can search the contrib itself, so here you can see that this I have already installed. So it's a simple thing. If you enter here, it will come, and then you will have the installation button here somewhere. Anyway, so once you have it, we are gonna install it like the way it's mentioned here. So I want to have the task juggler feature to be enabled in the org export itself. How do I know this command itself? Let's go there. So I'm there in the alpha org plus contrib, and here this is the file I want to check. This is the file I want to use rather. And if you can see, if you in the installation section, they're putting this, like if you put this in your load path, we can actually have the task juggler to be exported. All right. So that's about the installation of the org and org export task juggler. Let me go to a file and give you a demonstration on that. So yeah, so here it's org mode itself, and let me show you something else. Anyway, these all will do. I just want to find out. Yeah, this one would be good example anyway. So let me start the column view. So when I start the column view, you can see that this is some main task is there, and which is divided into further some subtasks and whatnot. So if I just press tab here, I can see that whatever the subtasks are. Anyway, so once I have this, so basically what happens is that this is some resource I'm allocating for each of this one, and this individually things has some efforts and stuff. and status and all these things we can add in the properties. So these things are good, but let's say I want to export a Gantt chart for this one. So the way to do it is like use task juggler, and from the org mode we want to export it to a tj3 file, and that tj3 file finally converts into an HTML which we can read. So sounds pretty complicated, but in org mode everything is simple. So here when I do this one, okay, I eval this buffer, I'll get these three functions: org export, task juggler export, export and process, export, process and open. So let's do export, process and open. As you can see, it has done processing and it has opened the HTML file from my home wherever it is saved. So here we can see that this total task is taking so and so time, and the subtasks are taking so and so time, and from this task like start to finish it is taking so and so time, and this depends on this, let's say. So these all can be done like this. So yeah, it's pretty good, and it also have like how much effort is there, and it actually sorts this by who is allocated to what. So you can have resource allocation and all this thing, and you can actually plan your project pretty well. So since I do it, I actually use it a lot. Anyway, so that's about one of the examples to the contributed packages that we have. One more thing that I should have mentioned earlier is like the Paradit mode. So in the Paradit there are some very good functions like slurping and barfing. Okay, so slurping and barfing. So unfortunately by default when we have it, it's not really kind of mapped this, or rather I would say like the key map gets changed because of some reason. So what I have done is that I added these 6 key maps for the Paradit, and I want them as it is. So lately I was doing some things like this, like this is some simple game of tic-tac-toe that I was developing in the Lisp. So what I noticed is that these default functions for this one is actually not kind of in there. So what we had to do is that I had to write it later on. So slurping and barfing are pretty interesting commands. Like let's say you have something like equal 2 and 3, and then okay, this doesn't, so, and let's say I want to start my if statement here. So once I start the if statement, I want this to be right after this. So I can do something like control left, and it will just simply make it inside, and if I do control right, it will just spit it out like a barf. Okay, so this is pretty cool if you are editing something like a Lisp command or some Lisp command. And there are right now I have done it for forward, you can do it for backward also. Anyway, and let's say the split and join, that I can also show. Let's do like something like this. So this I want to join these two lists, so meta shift and J, and if you want to split it again, meta shift and S. This will do the splitting. If you can do it here, it will do the same, and only thing is that it depends on where you are actually doing it. So right now here I did it between the two elements, so it will do something different, and if I do it here, it actually joins the list. So be careful from where you actually start the command. So the cursor position is pretty important for these things. So that's about for this video. Sorry that I did not really type the things and do it usually the way I did, because I wanted to show you guys these things, and these demonstrations actually I thought it will take some time. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you think it was good, and let me know your comments in the comment section. Thanks for watching.